Hi everybody, welcome to this Wall Street News. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported Wednesday that the Consumer Price Index increased 2.6% over the last 12 months as expected. Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis President Neel Kashkari discussed the CPI numbers Wednesday saying, quote, "I think that inflation is headed in the right direction," unquote. According to the CME FedWatch Tool, traders are pricing in an 82.8% chance for 25 basis point cut in the FOMC meeting in December. 10-year Treasury yield rises to 4.48%. For the U.S. stocks, S&P 500 edged higher 0.02%, while the Nasdaq Composite lost 0.26% Wednesday. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Consumer Price Index increased 0.2% in October from a month ago, and were up 2.6% on a yearly basis, in line with expectations. The core CPI, excluding food and energy, rose 0.3% month-over-month and accelerated 3.3% over the last 12 months as expected. The fuel oil index fell 4.6% from the previous month, while the used cars and trucks index rose 2.7% in October. Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis President Neel Kashkari had an interview with the Bloomberg team on Wednesday. He discussed the CPI numbers, saying, quote, "On the headline level, it seems to be confirming the path that we're on. I need to go through the components of the release, which I have not done yet. But generally speaking, goods inflation is back down to where we want it to be, where it was pre-pandemic. Services inflation, which is tied to wages, is gently trending down. Right now, I think that inflation is headed in the right direction. I've got confidence about that. But we need to wait. We got another month or 6 weeks of data to analyze before we make any decisions." In response to a question about the new administration, he answered, quote, "Over the past year, I've been surprised at the resilience of the U.S. economy in the face of seemingly quite high policy rates. Yet the labor market has stayed strong and the economic growth continues to surprise us. So for me, I've been asking questions about where's the neutral rate for the last year or two. If the higher productivity environment is maintained, that would tell me we're probably in a somewhat higher neutral rate environment. That's not about the election. That's just about how the economy's actually been performing," unquote. According to the CME FedWatch Tool, traders are pricing in an 82.8% chance to reduce 25 basis points of the federal funds rate, up from 58.7% on November 12th, and a 17.2% chance to remain at the same rate in the FOMC meeting in December. 10-year Treasury yield rose as the NFIB Small Business Optimism Index rose to 93.7 in October. And it rose further after Richmond Fed President Tom Burkin said on Tuesday, quote, "A strong but choosier consumer coupled with a more productive and better valued workforce has landed the economy in a good place," unquote. The yield fell right after the CPI data came in line with expectations, but it rises to 4.48% after Minneapolis Fed President Neel Kashkari said, quote, "We're probably in a somewhat higher neutral rate environment unquote. For the US stocks, S&P 500 edged higher 0.02%, while the Nasdaq Composite lost 0.26% Wednesday. Shares of Amazon gained 2.48% as the holiday season is around the corner, but Nvidia stock fell 1.36%. US chip stocks are struggling these days because many investors think that the US GDP growth is likely to slow in the first quarter 2025 after the holiday season. As you can see, crude oil futures have been in a downtrend since July, as well as copper futures are also at lowest levels in 2 months because of the gloomy expectation for the GDP growth in the first quarter next year. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.